Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to give you the one tip that will make you a good welder. Before I give you this tip, I just want to talk about what won't make you a good welder. Things like fancy gloves, brand name apparel, expensive components, what kind of helmet you use, down to what kind of machine you have. While I'm not going to lie to you and say that all of these things don't have an impact in the quality of your workmanship or the level of fatigue while you're working, and for me it's a sense of pride to have good quality equipment, but none of these things contribute to making me a good welder, and none of these things will contribute to making you a good welder. So let's get into it. What will make you a good welder? I think you already know the answer, and that's practice, but I want to show you a different way of thinking about it. This will have no impact on your welding, but I wanted to use this box of bolts as a representation, hopefully to change the way you think about progressing through becoming a better welder. So each one of these bolts represents a mistake. And I'm not going to go ahead and list all the possible welding mistakes, but these might be dipping your tungsten, they might be forgetting to turn gas on, they might be choosing the wrong amperage, they might even be making something that you need to throw in the bin and start again. So each one of these bolts represents a mistake. So the idea of this analogy is that by the time this bucket is empty, you will be a good welder. When I first started this business, my scrap bin was larger than my for sale section, and it was disheartening. And this was before a time where Instagram existed and the whole weld porn culture was a focal thing like it is now. Not trying to sound like an old guy, but I think that nuance in the way of thinking that your mistakes are making you better. My experience and the idea of this analogy is to empty this bucket as quickly as possible. Fail as often as possible. And I think it's so hard to be okay with failing when we live in this weld porn culture where people are just showing their best work 100% of the time. My advice, stick to weldingtipsandtricks.com, forget about everything else, and just keep emptying your bucket of bolts. I hope this hits home with someone. It certainly does with me, for not only for welding, but for so many other areas of my life. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. I truly appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.